Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is Friday, the 19th of March 2021. Welcome to the morning message and meditation with me. Yes, I hope you all rested well. I know I did, and yeah, I'm looking forward to our session today. Yesterday was a little bit at random. I think I explained I wasn't expecting Mother Miriam to come and talk, but she did. I'm still getting some clarification of whether or not this is something I offer on Sundays at my Soul Path Sunday. What I feel like might happen is that one of the gatekeepers will come and do a reading for people who register and show up. They get to ask questions. Typically when I channel, my eyes are closed and I'm in meditation. So what I'm trying to get clarity on is, do I keep my eyes wide open and let the feeling of it come, or because when my eyes are closed I get so much more get that inner sight, I get that inner hearing, I get that inner, it's okay when the eyes are open. It feels a little diluted because there are these other distractions around. So my challenge is learning to turn off those distractions so that I can get that pure connection that I'm used to getting, sitting and channeling. I am in awe when I watch Esther Hicks channel Abraham, which is a collection of energy that she gets, that she calls Abraham. She believes that's the name that comes, and she'll stand in front of hundreds of people speaking to each one of them as if she is the person talking to them. But there's a delicate shift between who Esther is and who Abraham is. You can just tell the Abraham energy comes through when her voice is just rapid fire. And it's pretty consistent. The way I'm used to channeling is sitting quietly into meditation and then feeling the energy of a being. Lately, since I've done this the last month or so, well, a bit longer than that, typically I still feel the energy coming down and through and in, but what I love now is that there's this delicate, soft kind of feeling right down tingling down my spine and my shoulders, and then as the energy kind of gets set in, it feels like a slight push forward, although there isn't a push forward. Typically my head is bowed and hands are facing the ceiling, and I just feel this gentle in, but it feels like I don't know, it's harder in my body. It feels like it's going in and pushing forward, like getting settled. I don't know what it looks like. All right, let's get on with today's message. Was there anything else I wanted to share about yesterday? No, there's lots that came up when I read today's cards. So here they are. There we go. So I did get this one from Keepers of the Light for myself. I'm going to put it over. Let's go over this side. It's better. It's clearer. Let's go closer to the camera. Let it focus in. Ooh, won't focus in. Oh, there it goes. Oh, will it even focus in? Let's see if it can focus in this way. There we go. Oh, I love this. The image is pretty. There we go. That's the card I pulled. Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. No coincidence that today I did have clients on the book, but they all moved to another day, another time. And that was fine because it gave me a day clear to retreat and to heal and to do work like this to prepare myself for what I'm going to do on Sunday, which I'm really happy about. New beginning. Let's talk about that card. No doubt you felt or you are feeling that things are changing, have already changed. So what I'm going to say about this card, which would be thank you angels for opening up the doors to change, I'm ready, which be pertaining to myself of doing this work. I'm ready to take on whatever it is I need to do. For you, the same applies. Be ready to take on whatever is put in your pathway. And what I feel on a general level is most people are ready for that. It feels very definite that those of us who would have normally sat back and said little about how things are changing, people are changing, the attitude in the world, the way people are behaving, those kind of not so pleasant situations that happen to all of us, that at one point were seen as disrespectful and rude and unkind and lacking compassion, lacking respect, lacking integrity. All of those things that we would have at some point seen it that way are now being seen as commonplace. It showed up for me a while back with rude people on the road. Now it's showing up with just plain rude people. This thing, customer service, I don't even know what that is. What I know, what I feel, and what I get is that the consumer, you and I, are not heard, not seen, not listened to, and oftentimes there is absolutely no eye contact. And I believe that in general, the population has chosen to accept it as being part of what we do, life, if you will. So this new beginning comes out of a feeling that we are, let me just pull this microphone down a bit. There we go. There you go. I'm getting a little meter thing that says microphone is not engaging. So let's engage it. Sorry. Ooh, there we go. Anyway, so all that to say, I think this new beginning is a stepping into the fact that to reconcile what we're willing to accept and what we're not willing to accept. And why I say that is because the peaceful warrior popped out afterwards. This is represented by an image that the illustrator, who I believe is Mr. McCready in this particular group, illustration by Jason McCready, yes, is represented by a woman of color with natural hair, beautiful jewelry. Archangel Ariel is known as the Lioness of God. So thank you, Ariel, for helping me stand my ground with peace. This is the point I'm making. We can stand our ground. We can stand up for our rights, our beliefs. We can take our corner. That looks like when someone's coming at you and giving you the what they would have, should have, could have done, or they're trying to influence the way you do something. You have every right to say, I've got this. Thank you. I have this handled. Thank you. I appreciate you for your loving kindness in believing that you have the best interests at heart. That's your intention. Thank you. I've got this. What I've started to do myself when I come up against this new way of doing business, meaning the vacant way that service folks treat customers, is to turn my attention to why. I wonder why that person is being this way. I'm not justifying bad behavior by any means. Understanding the energy sometimes, well, actually for me, it always changes it. So my new way of being, the new beginning for me, is to observe the situation as I see it, especially if you're standing in line and you are two back and you're like there's a couple of people in front of you, you can see, feel, hear, and watch the response from the associate checking people out or whatever you're doing. And you can gauge just kind of how that feeling is, how that energy is. Especially if you're used to meditating. When you meditate, you become a lot more sensitive to that kind of energy, which is why Hilarion, honoring the sensitivity and retreating to recharge and heal, encourages those of us seeking the light, working towards the light, to do that. To take the time, to carve out the time on the calendar, on the day that you're going to retreat and heal, and know that regularly that is your time. That is your consistent space in the day, in the week, in the month that you retreat. So let's just say, for sake of argument, you are a person who is incredibly busy. You're doing your best to keep up with a family. You're also running a career. You're also perhaps facilitating the needs of a relative. Well, a relative that doesn't perhaps live with you, but a relative that you're close to that needs your help on a regular basis that you tend to. All that is a lot piled up on your plate. If you do not give yourself time to retreat and heal, you're not giving your best to any of the tasks that you're doing. I'm not saying you're failing. You're just giving 80, 90, 95% of your 100%. That is your intention. Your intention is to be for everyone what you can be. But the reality is, when your fuel levels, your tanks are flashing that reserve, you're on reserve, you're on reserve, you're on reserve, in a minute, ping, 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 you're going to be completely out of juice. What happens when we get out of juice? We get irritated, we get short-tempered, we lash out, and normally we react in ways we wouldn't normally react. Excuse me, I needed some tea. So I would suggest that if you are finding yourself at a place where things are about to come crumbling, crashing down, I'm not saying they are, but if that's where you feel like they could be, and you're coming across everybody else in your field, the grocery store, the car wash, the dry cleaners, work, the medical facilities, the phone, everyone's on it, they're up against it, that's an indication that all your batteries are pinging at you, ready to be recharged. So look at your calendar from the 19th of March through the 31st of March. See in your day where you have time for you and mark it. Get yourself your favorite color marker, highlighter, even a sticker. And even if it's a paper calendar that you got free at the holidays, you know people always give you those things and you don't quite know what to do with them. Well, now you do. Find that time or that day. And let's just say, for sake of argument, you can't have a 10-15 minute daily break. You should, but some days it's just not possible. Then you save it up and you do it for 1 hour or 2 each and every week. You'll know very quickly when you can take your power back, just like the peaceful warrior that you are. And thank you, Archangel Ariel, for helping me stand my ground and find the peace. Because that's what these two cards are coming to say. You have new beginnings on the horizon. You are going to be opening the door to opportunities that you never knew you had. You can't do it when you're frazzled. You can't show up to the new party. You can't open your heart, your mind, your spirit, and the beauty that lives within you if you feel all disheveled and crumpled. So, uncrumple yourself and take the time that you need for you. And to cap that up, and using the angel of Hilarion, the divine healer, there's no discrimination when it comes to dis-ease, which said quickly means disease. When you constantly put yourself at dis-ease, you're basically telling your body, give me more stress, give me more stress, give me more stress. And the human body, while it may be resilient and powerful, it's also a component of mental, emotional, neurological. It's all of those components. And when you begin to put stress on the emotional, that creates stress on the neurological, that creates stress on the physical. And the normal, soft, stress-free, less worry, or let's see, worryless, or what's the word for worryless? Relaxation, if you will. The more your internal organs relax, you no longer crave unhealthy foods. You no longer crave unhealthy entertainment. You will stop judging because you won't have the need to do it, because all of your body's in balance because you took the time out for stress. I was at a store. I won't say the name of it. And I've noticed recently how many of these stores are self-checkout. Wow. I'm thinking, it's automated. No wonder people have chosen, what do I need to go to work for? I just get machines to do it for me. And there was a person who was getting quite frazzled. She was a senior citizen who didn't quite understand how to do this. And she was quite right with her indignation about there was no one there to help. And she wasn't sure how to get this machine to work. So, noting that she was getting really angry, I took a step back to analyze the situation. She didn't know me from Adam's house cat. And here I am with 2 sleeves full of tattoos, looking a little bit different than most people. I didn't want to scare the lady. So I just approached her and said, excuse me, don't want to intrude, but you seem to be having a little bit of challenge with this silly machine. And would it be okay if I helped you? And she just said, okay, you better just get on with it. She was in the throes of her anger and upset. Thankfully, I got her to a point where we were just giggling about it because it's just a machine. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a problem. And it is a problem when you don't know how to work it. But what I'm noticing everywhere, people are just wanting to just be so rude and angry. And I find myself wonder why. I wonder if anyone's really taken the time and trouble to ask if they're okay, and if they're fine, and if they need a break, and if they should take a break. And how many times do you say to the person checking you out at whatever store you're in, thanks so much. It means a lot to me that you're here doing what you're doing. And I understand that you're working with the public and they can't always be kind. So let me just be kind for the other hundreds of people that were not kind to you today. And it's surprising. What I have discovered in doing that is that people remember you. They remember you for your kindness. I think they forget the rudeness. And that seems to be the issue. We're forgetting and forgiving the rudeness. But what we need to do is recognize the kindness. Recognizing the kindness creates more kindness. Counting the blessings creates more blessings. So that's the new beginning, my friends. You can stand your ground. You can be the peaceful warrior that you already are. The angels, God, the universe know that you have a voice and you are not frightened to use it. However, come from an open and peaceful heart, even if you have a challenging or awkward message to deliver. And with that, it's time for us to get on with our daily message. Let me turn this thing off. There we go. Oh, now you can't see me because I got talking about whoa, there we go. This microphone, by the way, I love it, but it's rather heavy. It's quite something. All right. Yesterday was Get Back in Your Body. No, that's today. Yesterday was Heart Connections. Today, March 19th, the message is Get Back in Your Body. Whenever you find yourself drifting away, losing touch with yourself, jumping from the present moment to some far off point in the future, get back in your body. Instinctively, when we become afraid or find ourselves in a painful situation, we may leave our bodies temporarily. We may shut down, move our consciousness out, abandon or ignore ourselves. Sometimes it's natural to go numb, to just go through the motions until things calm down. It's easier than feeling. But shutting down our bodies and emotions, disappearing in a way of life, won't get us where we're going. To the heart. Living with an open heart means stay present for ourselves and feel as much as we can, as much as we need to. We feel the things that come our way. You are safe now. You know how to own your own power. You know how to lovingly care for and nurture yourself. You know how to trust. God and the universe comes to help you. You know you can trust yourself. You are now safe enough to feel. Deliberately, consciously, get back in your body. Feel your feet, head, arms, legs. Feel your heart, listen to it. Rub your shoulders. Massage your feet. You're powerful now and powerfully connected to yourself. Get back in your body and come back to life. That's the new beginning, I believe. You and I and those who are switched on. That's the new beginning that we're creating. Let's meditate. Bring your feet flat onto the floor. First thing, concentrate on the soles of your feet, connected to the Mother Earth, and how the Mother Earth supports us by weight, grounding us to the floor. Feel free to open your feet, lift them up, push your heels down. Just get in touch with how and what the sensation is that your feet are both planted firmly on the floor. Big breath in. Let everything go. Ooh. And take a body scan from the feet to your knees to your hips. Include your hips, your buttocks, your genitals, your waist, your belly. Move on up into your heart. You can travel down each arm into your shoulders. That's where most of mine is all leaning, I think, because I do a job where I'm standing a lot. Your neck, move it from side to side, especially if you work with computers. Just open up the trapped spaces. Think of your whole body as a vessel, a bridge, an open channel between the love of Mother Earth and the depth of the core of the Earth itself, where the crystalline layers are. And then the energy that runs right down through the center of your body, residing in the middle of the spine, and knowing, believing, understanding that there is a softness in the crown of your head that's open. your own personal Bluetooth signal to Father Heaven way up in the ethers. You and I are the bridge between Father Heaven, Mother Earth. We have the ability and the capacity, like no other mammal on the planet, to connect both. Our mind and our spirit is both physically conscious, spiritually conscious, and there's a consciousness at work when we sleep. Even when the physical body is under rest, the mind travels. Bring focus to your breath. Mindful, conscious, intentionally paying attention to your inhales and exhales. Create a deliberate rhythm for yourself. And I'll begin with the prayer of protection that you can follow along, repeat after me, or listen to the words and send it up through your heart. Allow your palms to face your heart or the heavens. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for reminding me that you're here. It's good to know your intentions, and thank you for cutting the ties that bind me to people, places, situations, stories, rubbish, and any other unintentional nonsense that I no longer want or need. Thank you for cutting those ties right now. I am safe and I am free. So it is, and so shall it be. Your next exhale, feel the release of all of those attachments. Bring your hands over your heart. It doesn't matter whether the right hand's on your heart or the left hand's on your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one on your belly. This is a devotional prayer. I am the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love is, fear is a stranger, and love flows into me, within me, and out of me. I am love. I am light. So be it, and so shall it be. And find something that lights you up, something that you're grateful for, something that you're thankful for, something that you honor the universe bringing you, and allow your facial muscles to lift into a bright smile. Begin to picture that beautiful white light coming down from source energy and connecting with the eternal flame that you've got within your heart. Then we bring our hands to face upward and do the invitational prayer. Thank you, angels, higher spirits of the universe, ascended masters, for showing us and reminding us that you're here. It's great to be with you. We appreciate your presence and all the love and the blessings that you have to give and receive. I am open and willing to listen. I am open and willing to receive, and I am open and willing to share. So it is, and so shall it be. Just continue breathing. See yourself as light energy, as a beacon. Notice if you feel any flushing, feeling warmth. You may feel some coolness on some parts of your body. Just be with the experience of breathing and having your time. Meditation is not the easiest to learn, but it's the simplest to do. Hello. Once again we meet. My name is Miriam. And the colour that you may be seeing and feeling, if you are, is that gentle hue between violet and pink. Some of you in some cultures call it mauve. The name they give it in England is mauve. It's quite extraordinary how in your world of physicalities there are all these labels and all these rules and all these things that people are supposed to follow. None of them involve the heart. That's why when I came and crossed over and ascended up, I'm what they call in the spirit world an ascended master. Rather like this little fellow that has started the journey of channeling. Forgive me while I waddle around inside this little body. Now. Just breathe, my babies. Just breathe, my friends. Just breathe. Now, healing is the order of the day, and it's the things that we must learn about. There's much healing to be done in the world. And you, my friends, if you are reading this and you're seeing this or listening to it, you've decided that you want to be some sort of healer. Now maybe as you're sitting there, your eyebrows are going up and your tentacles of confusion of, what do you mean I'm not going to heal anything? Yes, you are. That's why you're here. The planet needs healing. All of those folks that left couldn't stay. Their bodies, it became too much. There was too much anger. Too much fear. Too much sadness. Way too much greed. Lot of too much self-centeredness. Nobody had lost the way to help. The human race, the human race were in a hurry to get places, to be people. Not good enough. Don't feel these things. They were trying to be people, do things they didn't do, don't normally do, not authentic. Get into a place where they couldn't see the light, had lost the light. Detached themselves, even though they are always connected to light. Everybody comes to this earth with an eternal flame. Don't forget that. Don't forget it, ever. Even the most disillusioned folks have an eternal flame that at some point was connected to source energy that always is love. It's always love. It's always love. It's always understanding. It's always joy. It's always peace. It's always happiness. Always, always, always. There are individuals that got disconnected from the love, the source. What happens when we get lost? What happens when we wander away from security? It's difficult. Creates panic. Creates fear. Uncontrollable behaviors happen. Mischief, mayhem happen. These folks and these individuals believe the light and the love and the joy and the peace and all the source energy live in other people. So they want to go and get it. They want to steal it. They want to grab at it. Push, shove, kill. These acts create further torment, create further darkness, and then the darkness becomes part of what they believe is light. The light, the true light, the light of love, the light of joy, the light of happiness lives within you all. In this way of meditating, of coming, of gathering, of connecting to light, connecting to joy, connecting to peace, and connecting to spirit is your way. You are created out of love. You came from love. when you were born, there was a light of love that came with you. It's why newborn babies are given such attention. The fragility of their physical bodies is one thing. The brilliance of the light, of the love that they have within that physical body is something to be experienced and beholden. There is no other feeling that connects to source energy, to where soul meets soul, light meets light, the reminder that we are part of something humongous, something big, an energy that cannot be broken. So I'm here to tell you the one message as you meditate and you breathe, with your eyes closed and you listen. You are here to heal. Heal yourself first. Heal the ways that you have not been treating yourself kindly. Forgive the actions upon yourself that have been out of balance. The overwork, the lack of respect, not lack of respect for others, lack of respect for yourself. Take a little more time for sleeping. Take a little more time for bathing in a bathtub with candles. Take a little more time treating and praying, thanking us, thanking yourself, honoring yourself. When you create a meal with love. When you create your connections with healing. When you go into stores and you meet people you don't know, hello. It's good to see you. Watch what happens. You saw someone and they know you saw them. Watch their face. You will become the miracle they've been looking for. How does that feel? Should feel good. Should feel wonderful. Now it's time for me to go. Continue your breath, continue your healing. Lots of love. Bring your attention back to the room. Place your hands at heart center. Just have honor and gratitude and grace that you have taken the time and the trouble to do this. Lift your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center, and together we bow, honor each other and the world. Namaste. Wow. There you have it, my friends. I'll have more clarity later today about what to do on Sunday. All right. Have yourself a good Friday. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to say about what Miriam had offered about honoring yourself, and something was coming up when she talked about creating a meal or something for yourself. Yeah, I think thinking about what you prepare, how you prepare it. All right. See you tomorrow morning, 5:30. Bye.